Hörmətli cənab prezident, hörmətli qonaqlar.
Dear Mr. President, dear guests, I once again sincerely welcome you to Azerbaijan. This is President of Italy Mr. Mottarella's second visit to Azerbaijan. The first official visit took place 7 years ago. Today's visit shows that Italian-Azerbaijani relations are developing very successfully and that we are true strategic partners. Our meetings are frequent in nature. Last year, I was a guest of President Mottarella, and during the meeting, I invited him to pay another official visit to Azerbaijan. I am glad that he has accepted my invitation and is with us today. There are two strategic partnership documents between us. The first document was signed in 2015. The second document, the Joint Declaration on Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, was signed 5 years ago. Over the years, our relations have developed very rapidly and cover various directions. Political relations are at the highest level. As I mentioned, we meet often. In the economic sphere, Italy is our top trade partner, and our trade turnover is increasing by the year. Many important projects have been implemented in the energy sector. In particular, by exporting Azerbaijani oil and gas to Italy, we have been able to send a large amount of natural resources to world markets. At the same time, we have also contributed to the energy security of many countries. Today, during our conversation with President Mottarella, we recalled his previous visit. At that time, the implementation of the TAP project was on the agenda. There were various problematic issues, and President Mottarella's personal intervention in this issue, after the visit, as well as his efforts in regulating these issues, allowed the TAP project to be successfully implemented. Starting from 2020, Azerbaijani gas has been exported to Italy through this project. Today, Azerbaijan exports natural gas to 14 countries through the Southern Gas Corridor. Our scope is increasing year after year. And today, Azerbaijan ranks first in the world in terms of the geographical scope of natural gas exported through pipelines. Azerbaijani oil ranks first in Italy's energy balance, and Azerbaijani gas ranks second. In other words, this cooperation is a sign of a strong partnership, and we have supported each other as reliable partners for many years. If it were not for these sincere relations, if it were not for mutual trust, the implementation of these projects would not have been possible. I informed President Mottarella today that we are currently working with the European Union on the export of electricity. The preparation of a feasibility study for the construction of power lines is underway. It will probably be ready soon. Thus, the path opened by TAP and the Southern Gas Corridor today paves the way for larger projects. Electricity, including that to be transmitted from Central Asia to Azerbaijan and then to Europe across the Caspian Sea, will further enhance the scope of our cooperation. Last time, when President Mottarella was on a visit to Azerbaijan, we jointly attended the opening of a large industrial enterprise built by Italian companies in Sumgait. During this visit, tomorrow, we will celebrate the opening of the Italian-Azerbaijani University. In other words, this momentum, the expansion of these cooperation frameworks, is primarily evidence of sincere relations. In other words, cooperation in the energy and industrial sectors has also paved the way for cooperation in the humanitarian sector. Hundreds of students are already studying at the Italian-Azerbaijani University, and this will be a new educational institution for us. Those already studying here will not only have good knowledge, but also, naturally, become ambassadors of Italy in Azerbaijan and of Azerbaijan in Italy. So this will further strengthen our friendship. During today's talks, we also discussed European Union-Azerbaijan relations. Italy has always supported the development of Azerbaijan's relations with the European Union. And today, we feel this. Positive steps have been taken in European Union-Azerbaijan relations recently. This naturally pleases us. In short, our strategic partnership is manifested both in official documents and in life. I do believe that our experience can serve as an example for building relations between countries located far from each other. Dear Mr. President, welcome to Azerbaijan once again.
Örnek olabilir. Bir daha hörmətli cənab prezident, Azərbaycana xoş gəlmisiniz.
Io sono molto grato al Presidente Aliyev.
I am grateful to Mr. President Ilham Aliyev for the invitation to visit Azerbaijan again. I am also grateful for the hospitality extended to me and to our delegation. There is great friendship, mutual and a well-established understanding between us, and the relations between Italy and Azerbaijan are developing. Thank you very much for reminding me again of my visit 7 years ago. This was, in fact, very symbolic, and Mr. President, thank you for inviting me to your country this time. Of course, tomorrow we will inaugurate the student campus of the Italy-Azerbaijan University. This also means that Italian universities, on the one hand, and Azerbaijani universities, on the other, will cooperate. Mr. President told me that 7 years ago we were at the inauguration of a large industrial facility. He also noted that this has a very symbolic significance. This has already opened a new path for our energy and industrial cooperation in the future. Italy and Azerbaijan have already started cooperating in the cultural, humanitarian and educational sectors. This actually means the full and effective implementation of our strategic partnership and the agreement signed 10 years ago. This develops the relations between our countries. It is also evidence of cooperation, not only in the industrial and energy sectors, but also in the cultural sector. Mr. President noted here that the numerous students who will go to the university that we will inaugurate tomorrow will further strengthen the friendship between our countries. Of course, when it comes to these relations, the relations between our countries are very good, and as you can see, we are organizing several events. Now we will have yet another event. Of course, we value this very highly. Our cooperation, Azerbaijan's openness to us, the work it has done with us, and our cooperation are obvious. I told President Aliyev that when it comes to your cooperation with the European Union, Italy will take steps on its side. I would like to specifically note that Azerbaijan is a very influential partner in a broad sense. The European Union sees this, and of course, our cooperation with you will be very important in this context. We will do our very best to ensure that these relations grow, develop and always cover more and more new areas, serving the well-being of our countries and peoples. For this purpose, I have come to Baku on this visit. I am grateful to Mr. President for inviting me to your country for the second time. Of course, you also mentioned the role of Italy here. I express my gratitude to you. I am also grateful for your hospitality. Let me note that tomorrow will be an important day in the field of culture and education between Italy and Azerbaijan, and we will participate in a joint event tomorrow morning. The step we have taken with President Aliyev will be one that serves a mutual understanding, friendship and cooperation. Italy is very pleased with this friendship and cooperation and intends to raise it to the highest level.
E tra Azerbaijan e Italia questa collaborazione e questa amicizia sono al massimo grado.